Sometimes you may need to include more than one chart in a slide. So how to convert these default PowerPoint charts into consistent and nice looking charts? So after you have developed the layout, fit all the charts into the layout first. And then you can fine-tune them one by one. Let's start with the first one here. First of all, delete everything unnecessary. The chart title and the legend. Then select one part of the pie chart and change the border to no line. And then you can change the fill color. Let's use orange here. For the other part, other than normal fill, you can choose pattern fill for a more special effect. Select this one with diagonal strokes. For the foreground color, pick eyedropper and select the same color as the background. If you find it too strong, you can also change to finer strokes. Then you can add the key figures and place it inside the pie chart. For the second chart, to ensure it looks exactly the same as the first one, instead of editing it, you can copy the first one here. Press Ctrl and drag and drop to duplicate it. And then you can edit the data as well as the text. Finally, to update the chart, select the pie chart and go to Chart Design. Select Edit Data and change the figures here. The chart will be automatically updated. So if you have some very similar charts, it is always the safest to format one and then duplicate it and edit the data to ensure visual consistency. Let's move on to the big chart in the middle, which is created through Insert and then Chart. As you can see, this is a donut chart. To create a donut chart with multiple rings, simply go to Chart Design, then Edit Data. Here, you see there are multiple columns of data, which associate to the different rings in the chart. Let's close the Excel for now. You can fine-tune the rings by selecting the chart. And under the third tab, which corresponds to the chart, you can reduce the donut hole size to thicken the rings. And then back to the first tab. First, under Border, change the color to be the same as the background. Increase the line width to create the gap between the rings. Do the same for the rest of the rings. Then you can fine-tune the rings. Select the first ring and change the color. Let's say I choose the same as the background color. It will be invisible. Alternatively, you can pick a lighter version of the background green by going to More Color and push up the brightness for a bit. This way, you get a subtle ring. Do the same for the rest of the rings. For the rings that should be highlighted, select it and pick the same orange as the pie charts. And you get a nice stacked donut ring to visualize your data. Then you can input other information such as years on the chart, and then adjust the size and position of the chart. For the bar chart below, first change all the text to white. Then again, delete everything unnecessary, which is the chart title, the horizontal axis, and the grid lines. Then select the bars. Go to the third corresponding tab and adjust the gap width, making the bars thicker. Then change the color to the same orange. You can also click on the plus on the top right corner and check Data Labels to add the data. Select the labels and reduce their font size. You can even reverse the order if you want by selecting the vertical axis, and under the corresponding tab, select Categories in reverse order to rearrange the bars. For the data on the right, other than displaying them in text, you can also use Simple Chart to visualize them. Go to Insert and then Chart, and select the 100% stacked bar chart. Delete the unnecessary rows and the last column, so you should need 2 segments only. For the first cell, input 25, same as the highlighted figure. For the second cell, as 100% minus 25% equals to 75%, so 75 here. Close the Excel. Resize the chart and fit it into the layout. Note that everything is crammed together in this very small space. Just delete the unnecessary items one by one. Let me change all the text to white and move the text away so we can see better. Delete the chart title, then the categories, the legend, and the horizontal axis, and even the grid lines. So everything is gone except the bars, for a very clean display. Adjust the size further, then select the first section and change the color to orange. For the second section, select Pattern Fill to select the same pattern as the first 2 pie charts. Then change the foreground color to be the background green. To make it less obvious, you can also use white as the foreground and green as the background. For the second figure, similarly, move the text down. Control drag and drop to duplicate the bar chart on top. Go to Chart Design, then Edit Data, and change the numbers here. Change 25 to 57, and as 100 minus 57 equals to 43, so 43 for the second cell. And the chart will be automatically updated. And here it is, a data visualized slide with highly consistent charts. The process of editing charts is not difficult, but very trivial. So do remember to spend some time in it and fine-tune all the details.